Welcome to Tabletop Tactics. Coming up in today's battle...
It's marked for death.
Why?
Lovely. That's my blessed number. Chop chop.
I'm trying.
Welcome back, everyone, to another rip-roaring battle report with myself, the chef. And have we decided on a name yet?
Jinx.
Jinx.
We've had this
We've gone
conversation.
through the Nameless Void, which is appropriate given the army that I'm running today. We've gone through Jinx now. It will change again next week. You're just deciding as you go. It must be nice to have the choice over your nickname, mustn't it? Anyway. I'm running the Demons today, a trifecta of power, one might say.
Of scum.
And villainy.
Yes.
Indeed.
They must be destroyed.
That's,
and purged.
I mean, it depends on what side of the coin you sit on.
Well, I think it's very clear what side of the coin I sit on, bringing sisters.
Flamey, purgy goodness.
Yes.
Or not, in my case. Although you think you're good, so it's okay. But because you're so set in your convictions, all you're doing is just powering up my demons. Because you're just like, I'm gonna kill stuff, and then that makes Khorne happy. And then you're just like, we're doing the Emperor's work, and we're feeling really good about it, and that powers up Slaanesh.
So what you're saying is no matter what I lose and you win. Doesn't seem fair.
A tear appears in the material world, and demons pour forth. Not one, not two, but 3 of the legions. But not Tzeentch, because we don't have any Tzeentch, and not Be'lakor, because we've not received Be'lakor yet. What can you do? Well, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. Destroy the mortals before me with my triple patrol of Khorne, Nurgle, and Slaanesh. Slaanesh is leading the vanguard here. They are the spear tip where my Warlord resides. So I have a Keeper of Secrets, Exalted, of course. The Jewel of Excess gives me the pluses to cast, which is always handy. And as my Warlord, they have Bewitching Aura for a nice little 6-inch aura of -1 attack to my enemies. Always handy. Backing her up is a Herald on Hellflayer, so I've got some more psychic support, some decent melee punch, as well as that nice little +1 strength aura. And a nice big chunky base, which is untargetable because she has less than 9 wounds, which is always good. She will be essentially leading the troops whilst the Keeper of Secrets runs off and murders stuff. So I've got 30 Demonettes with a Musician and a Banner in there, and then I've got 2 units of free Fiends. I had some points, so I put a Blissbringer in there as well. The Keeper of Secrets also has a Shining Aegis to give her a little bit of extra protection. In the Khorne detachment, we have an Exalted Bloodthirster. It's the Wrath of Khorne Bloodthirster, I think. The one that's weirdly the best one, but also the cheapest. Okay, sure, why not? He has the Armour of Scorn, so a nice little 4-up inbun there. The Deny won't come up today because it's sisters, but 4-up inbun you cannot knock. He will be basically by himself because in my troops I have 20 Bloodletters with the Banner of Blood, and they will be emerging from the Warp via the Warp Denizen stratagem. And then in my Nurgle patrol, we have a Exalted, again, of course, Great Unclean One, with a Bile-Blade, so I can tear my own guts out for some extra casting. I've got 30 Plague Bearers in there with the Icon and the Musician. And then I have a unit of 5 Plague Drones because they're kind of cool. They're a good little harassment unit. Helpful to sort of establish a bit more of ball control with some extra speed. That is the list. It's 2,000 points on the nose. Forgot to mention that I did spend the free CP to take 2 relics because we're an old book, so that my Herald on the Hellfire has the Forbidden Gem, so I can just pick a character within 12 at the start of a phase and go, no, you don't do anything this phase. You can't fight. You get no auras. And that's important because that puts me to 2,000 points and 0 CP. I've done it. I've achieved.
2 CP. 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 2
It's perfection.
Hi pals! Welcome to my list of sisters. It's going to be a fun list today, or at least I hope it's going to be fun. I'm going to have fun playing it. It's a little bit more aggressive today. I've spent some extra command points before the battle, which I don't usually do, so that's exciting. I'm hoping to do lots of stabbing and slashing and just general death. It's going to be a good game. So I'm running a single battalion today. I'm going to be led by, well, it's going to be the Order of our Martyred Lady, which of course is going to be led by Morvenn Vahl. She is amazing. I've used her once now and I don't know why I would ever not want to take her. I think I'm in love with her a little bit. Yeah. So I'm going to be bringing her. She's going to do some awesome shooting. She's going to do some awesome hacking and slashing and stabbing and everything that I want to be doing with her, which is fantastic. Also being a little cheeky, bringing Celestine. They're a great little tag team. You get one, you get two, and then they both just destroy everything. It's fantastic. It's going to be great fun. I'm also bringing today a Canoness, which I have upgraded just a little bit. So my Canoness has the Condemptor Boltgun. I've spent the points to upgrade that. She has a power sword, but I've also given her the Relic, the Blade of Sacrifice. I'm going to be doing some more dangerous things with that. It's going to be very fun. I've also spent a command point to give her a Warlord trait, so that when she's wounded, she gets buffed up. This is going to be a lot of fun. So yes, Battle Canoness. Going in, charging, slashing. It's going to be awesome. I also have a Dialogus in there to do some general hymns and annoying things. I've got Hospitalis, keep things alive, heal things. Pretty standard. For my troops, I've just got 4 standard squads of sisters, five sisters in each squad. They're just going to do potentially some actions for me, hold some points, go up, be annoying. I'll see, their role can change as I'm going. I've also got a squad of 10 Arco-Flagellants, which I've not used before, and they seem fun. They seem like they want to have a good combat-y time. It's going to be exciting. I've just remembered, I have a preacher to create a battle pope. I've upgraded him a little bit. He's got some fun stuff. He's going to be fun in combat. You will see exactly how fun he's going to be. I've also got a squad of Seraphim in here. Again, they're really good to do actions and they look cool. But yeah, mostly for the actions thing and to just try and get me points. It's going to be fun. And then I've got 2 squads of Retributors, 2 squads of 5 Retributors, one with multi-melters, one with heavy bolters. Try and mow some things down before they get to me, I guess. Although I really want combat, we'll see. For my kind of vehicles, I've got a single Exorcist, sit back, do some shooting, standard, 3 Immolators, and a Rhino. And I'm gonna have some nice little girls traveling in my transports so that I can do stuff with them. That's my list. It's 2,000 points exactly. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with it. Might be silly, might be devastating. We'll see.
Today's mission is Priority Target, a strike force mission from the Warhammer 40,000 Grand Tournament Mission Pack. 5 predetermined objective markers are placed onto the battlefield. The players then reposition 4 of these objective markers and secretly note one of them as a priority objective as per the mission guidelines. The primary objective is Take and Hold, a progressive mission where players score 5 victory points for each of the following conditions they achieve at the end of each of their command phases: holding 1 or more objectives, holding 2 or more objectives, and holding more objectives than their opponent. These are cumulative and cannot be scored in the first battle round. Each player also chooses 3 secondary objectives that can score up to 15 points each.
This dilapidated shrine world has already fallen to the whims of chaos, and that is why I am here to stake my claim for each of the gods, although now they're working together to deal with the Sisters of Battle, coming into this city with every single character that they have.
It's a character mash. You get your monster mash, I get character mash.
It is only fair and appropriate. So you have seen the mission, you have seen our lists, you have seen deployment. Just for reference as well, the priority objectives are as follows. That's your priority objective. That's my priority objective. So it is time to roll to see who has the first turn. Katie, you may proceed.
Oh, thank you.
You are welcome.
I got a 3.
It's a respectable number, and it's not good enough. I will have the first turn. We will be back for pretty much my movement phase, and that'll be it.
We got some eager demons here. It's turn 1 movement, and everything has advanced.
Everything.
Everything. It's horrifying.
Yeah, I mean, my shooting is basically non-existent, so I've basically advanced with everything. Because why not, right? So, yeah. I didn't advance with them. I could have advanced with them, but I've decided not to. It's fine. So, just a little bit of bookkeeping as well. You rolled a 3 for your miracle dice.
Yes, I did.
And you also chose the passion for your sacred rites. My exalted demony goodness, I will go through now. The bloodthirster. I got blood blessed, so I cannot lose more than 8 wounds in the same phase, which is really nice, as well as unrivaled battle lust. So I had 2 to charge rolls and I have a 6-inch heroic intervention, which is cool. The Keeper of Secrets, whilst you're down there, I did get Blessing of the Dark Prince, which is nice. So -1 to wound from ranged attacks, and I also got Realm Racer. So I add 2 to my movement, 1 to advance rolls, 1 to charge rolls. Again, very nice. The Exalted Great Unclean One, I did get Revoltingly Resilient, so +1 to my Disgusting Resilient rolls. So I have a 4-up shrug against everything, which is really cool. And I also got Gift of Bountiful Vomit. So in each of my shooting phases, I can select one enemy unit that is visible to this model. I roll a d6 for each model in the unit that is within 12 to a maximum of 7, and if each roll of a 3, you take a mortal wound. It can target characters, which is pretty cool, but I mean, it's only realistically going to do 1 or 3 against Celestine. Just throwing that out there.
Take it back.
No. And that's it, really. I've got some powers, I've got some psychic powers to do, and then maybe a charge, and then that's going to be my turn. Because basically this army is about holding objectives, and that's what I'm doing. So we can just go straight into it.
Okay, sure.
We'll do the Great Unclean One in the center here. He's going to cast Miasma of Pestilence upon himself. So this will give him -1 to be hit.
Okay.
I'm going to rip my guts out with the Bile Blade, so I do get +1 to cast this. It goes off on a 10, but you can auto-deny on a 6 with someone, I believe.
Yeah, with someone. With like most of my things.
No. So I do take a mortal wound because I've ripped out part of my guts, but I shrug it on a 4+. Lovely. He's then going to cast a smite, and it'll be on this immolator because it is the closest. It is a 7. That is my blessed number. You've got everyone in deny range, so you can always try. No. It is D3 mortal wounds. It is 2 mortal wounds on
That's
that
fine.
immolator. We'll go over to that. Keeper of Secrets, that's what she is called. She's going to cast a smite, and she's just in range of that rhino over yonder. Smite goes off on an 8. It goes off. It is D3 mortal wounds, it is just the 1. She's then going to cast Cacophonic Choir. Cacophonic Choir.
Cacophonic?
So, cacophonic, yes. I do add 1 to this one because of my Jewel of Excess, which makes that go off on a 9. Do you wish to attempt to deny? You have plenty of it. No. So I now roll 2d6, and you take a mortal wound for each one that beats your leadership on that rhino, which will be 8, I believe.
You can check my flashcards.
Have you got flashcards?
I've got flashcards. It's the pink ones.
They're the pink ones, are they?
You want the pink ones, and you want to find the one that says Rhino on it.
Rhinos are leadership 8, so you take 1 mortal wound. So you've taken 2 mortal wounds in total. Finally, we're going to do Delightful Agonies onto... Oh, you should be over here with the rest. Naughty. Onto
That's
my
true.
unit of Delightful Agonies. Yeah, a Slanesh demon unit within 18 inches. It will give them a 6-up shrug. Onto the demonettes. It goes off on a 10. Yeah, you'll have a denying range. It goes off. A successful psychic phase. Now I'm going to ponder if I do want to charge. I probably do.
Of course he wants to charge.
Yeah. I don't know why I needed to question it. I'm going to charge. I need a 5.
Yes, into the sisters.
Into the sisters. I make it on an 8. Let me move them in. That's the only charge. And then we'll be back for some fighting.
Not sure how I feel about this engagement for my sisters.
Bad. Bad. It should be anyway. Maybe, I don't know. So these things are really weird because they look terrifying. They're not actually that killy when I use them because I always roll really badly. So now's the time to change it. We have 13 attacks thanks to the Bliss Bringer in there. I'm using all of their snapping, dissecting claws. Snip, snap, snip.
They're rending claws.
Yes. Hitting on 3.
They're Tyranids in disguise.
Okay, I do drop 4 there. That's
Not bad though.
That's fine, that's fine. Also, usually I'm playing against stuff that is, toughness 5 or toughness 4. So now wounding on 3s is really nice for them. Of course.
Oh no.
Of course.
Oh, no.
4 wounds at -1 there.
Okay. So I got my
And
4
no
out.
rending.
No
See what I mean? I killed 2.
Okay.
Fine. That's fine. I've done the job, which is basically, I've not taken that objective from you, but you can't fall back from them because of their Sporific Musk. And then with my Consolidate, I'm going to move around and block off your Arcoflagellant movement.
Rude.
We've done a swap! Because it's easier for tiny, tiny people and their tiny, tiny hands.
It's not the tiny hands that are the problem, it's the tiny muscles. I'm such a weed!
So we've done the consolidation. We have tagged the Rhino. We couldn't loop around, but you can't fall back anyway, so it's fine. Didn't kill enough to quite shift you off of the objective, but ho-hum, ho-hum.
Are you a giant now?
No, that's fee fi fo fum.
Apologies.
So we've got 4 attacks back from the sisters, and because we've tagged the Rhino, 3 attacks from said box.
So go with the sisters first, hitting on 4s.
Okay, that's 1 hit there.
1 hit.
Excellent.
That
5 to
sounds
wound.
Like, yeah, that sounds like my rolling. Nope.
Good.
Rhino.
The Rhino. Fear the Rhino.
Fear the Rhino. 6s. No.
Okay, very good.
I did
The combat
nothing.
is complete, and thus is the turn. Leadership is 8, right?
Yep.
No morale check to make for them. So that is indeed the end of the turn. Didn't knock you off of that objective, as mentioned, that's fine, but I did pick up the Stranglehold because I have this one. This is also my priority, so that's 3 points there. Got that objective over there, and Big Daddy Jabba is just within 3 of this objective there for 6 on my secondary. Not a bad start, but I am, of course, in potential countercharge range. If you want to come out to play this early, that's fine. You can do whatever you like.
You're stressing me out. I feel like this is a mind game. Are you baiting me?
It might be. It might be. Let's let you have a think about what you want to do and be back with Sisters Turn 1 in just a moment. And here they come. Command phase and movement phase is completed. For the command phase, Morvenn Vahl did her High Abbess ability on herself. We also got off a couple of prayers. So the Battle Pope, as I've been...
The Psalm of Righteous Smiting. He's powered himself up.
Where is he?
He's like...
Battle Pope.
He's down here.
Battle Pope!
Battle Pope!
So he's gotten the Psalm of Righteous Smiting off, and he did War Hymns on Celestine and her Geminae Superia, so a nice +1 attack there. The Dialogus attempted the Psalm of Righteous...
The Chorus of Spiritual Fortitude.
The Chorus of Spiritual Fortitude on a unit of Battle Sisters to provide some smite protection, but alas, it failed. So instead, Morvenn Vahl has just gone, right, get out of my way. Get out of my way.
Time
to smite.
To smite with sword rather than mind.
Yes. You weren't smiting with your mind anyway. That's my job.
Exactly. That's the point.
Yeah.
I didn't want to confuse people when you said that it was time to smite.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Thanks for clearing that up.
You're welcome.
So Celestine has moved forward here. The unit of Retributors with the heavy bolters have jumped out of this immolator here, who is pulling up the rear to support Morvenn Vahl, holding firm in the centre. The contingent of characters behind. We do have a unit of sisters there, not protecting Morvenn Vahl anymore, but I mean, I only have like a few bits of shooting, so it's kind of moot here, everyone. Over here, we've remained locked in combat because of the Sporific Musk, but Arcoflagellants have
One of my
jumped out.
Arcoflagellants. Okay, he jumped out.
Oh, good. Yeah, we need to remind ourselves that all of the Arcoflagellants are out rather than inside the Rhino.
Yes.
We've held firm with the Exorcist because we will be using Devastating Refrain. Over here, come around this way, is better sight, better line of sight, you see. The sisters have moved into the ruins there. These are dense, by the way, guys. We're using a little bit of a variation on the GT mission pack from the US Open. The unit of multi-melter retributors have jumped out of their immolator on your left, and the one on the right containing still a unit of battle sisters and the Canoness. Canoness not jumping out to provide reroll ones for those retributors there?
You make a very good point. I probably should have done that.
Do you want to?
Can I?
Are you going to do it? Okay, goodbye. Okay, so she did jump out and she's decided to go out the front.
Fight me!
I intend to?
She is my battle canoness. I've powered her up. She wants to fight you.
So that is it. That is the movement phase. Aggressive here with the Battle Sisters, although we do still have a few things in reserve with some good shooting. And when I say reserve, I mean like, you know, held back. We've only got one unit of Seraphim in the sky, guys. But I also have a unit of Bloodletters in the Denizens of the Warp as well. So they'll be coming down soon to wreak havoc and mayhem. There is a plan in place. If we can get some good shooting and maybe a few cheeky charges off, it could potentially defeat this incursion before it has even truly begun. But we'll have to see what happens, because you do roll pretty badly.
You didn't have to remind me.
Big Daddy Jabba is now being targeted by multi-melters. We are going to kick off this shooting phase with Fiery Death. Do your worst.
Okay. Like a little flashcards.
Little flashcard, little reminders.
Yeah, I was getting very annoyed the other day at having all of these cards for stratagems and such. I want them for units.
You know, it's really weird because we were talking about this the other day. They do it for Age of Sigmar.
Yep.
They don't do it for 40k. You're missing a trick there, G-dubs. You're welcome. We will take 10% of the proceeds. Thank you.
Yeah, it just makes sense, because then you essentially take in a deck of what units you're having, and that's all you take to your tournament or go and play with your friends.
Yep.
You don't have to flip through a whole book. Makes life so much easier.
Yep.
So yeah, firing the multi-melters from my retributors, and I'll fire the gun from the Superia in as well. They have moved, so I'm going to be hitting on
Fours. But you are rerolling those ones.
I am.
It's a good start. It's a very good start.
That's decent.
It'll be freeze to wound.
Absolutely. I dropped a dice.
Well, you clearly don't need that dice.
I don't need it.
Okay.
That's 4 wins.
4 5-up invulnerable saves. I pass 2 of them.
2.
Respectable number. Your damage, you are within 12.
So it's the d6 plus 2.
Yes. Okay. It's 10 damage.
Yeah.
It's 10 damage.
It is.
But I have 10 shrugs to make. I got 5 in my hand and this will be easier for me. The first batch of shrugs, I shrug 4. The second batch of 5, I shrug another 2. So I've taken 4 damage.
Okay, I'm going to shoot with the...
You got a bolt gun?
Yeah, I've got a bolt gun.
It's a miss because I've got Miasma of Pestilence on myself. You're going to use those cherubs. Okay.
Yeah.
Another 4 shots here then, burning both cherubs.
Yeah. Setting things on fire, it's my favourite thing to do. But...
Oh, good for you, got the Canoness out there though. You're welcome for that top tip.
Top tips and tabletop tactics.
Ah, very good. Freeze to wound here.
1 wound.
Only the 1 wound. A 5-up invulnerable save here.
Do not save it.
I
Thank
do
you.
not.
D6 plus 2.
You're consistent.
Yeah.
And I went very high pitch for a moment.
You did.
5 more shrugs.
But don't shrug them, please.
I shrug 4. Even without that 4-up shrug, I'd have shrugged 4. So I've taken a total of 5 wounds. It is time to unleash the fires of the Ardent Blade and a bolt pistol. Into Big Daddy Jabba. We pondered about doing it into the Keeper of Secrets, but with the Blessing of the Dark Prince, we'll be winning on 6s, and we don't want to increase our already mighty charge range on the Demonettes.
So we'll start with the Ardent Blade, so it's D6.
It's 4. It's a respectable number.
It is. Let me just grab 2 more dice.
5s to wound.
Ah! I cannot get into my dice lounge.
We're live.
Ah,
Chop, chop.
I'm trying.
The pressure mounts, doesn't it?
Yeah, you're really stressing me out.
It really,
You're really stressing me out.
comes along, doesn't it? Okay, it's 2 wounds there.
2 wins.
5 up invulnerables. 2 wounds go through. 4 up shrugs. I shrug both. A bolt pistol. Hitting on 4s because of miasma of pestilence. Oh, you missed there, I'm afraid.
You cheeky little poo.
Morvenn Vahl, she's had enough. She's firing everything into Big Daddy Jabba.
I'm sick of him.
Well, that is appropriate because he is pure sick.
He's sickening.
Ah, very
Quite
nice.
literally. So I'm going to start with the Prowess Missile.
Okay.
So I'm going to be hitting you on 3s, re-rolling. That
Need to?
Don't
Yeah,
need to
3s
re-roll.
because I've got miasma of pestilence on, remember everyone. 2 wounds there.
Yes.
2 5 up invulnerable saves. I save 1. Damage
Okay.
is...
It's D6.
Okay, I'll let you have it. Oh, it's the big 6. I probably shouldn't have let you have it. I do have shrugs. That is the right amount of dice in my hands. That's always good. I shrug 4 again. There is something... Again, no 4-ups though. There is something wrong with me, I
I'm
think.
going to shoot for Dallas now.
Okay, this is a big old heavy bolter.
Yes. Don't
It'll
need to
hit.
re-roll. This is on 5s.
5s, but you are re-rolling because
Rolling
you
that,
did
yeah,
your
yeah.
thing on yourself. 1 wound, is it?
Yes.
A 5 up. Okay, 2 damage.
Yeah, 2 damage.
4 up shrugs. There you go.
That went through.
You did the same amount of damage with a bolter as you did with a big old missile. The Holy Bolter! All of them into Big Daddy Jabba.
Yeah, the whole shooting phase is just going to be this. Hitting on 4s.
You are hitting on 4s because of miasma.
So I was re-rolling 1s, but there's no 1s.
Oh, you got a wound there.
Oh, wait.
A single wound there. Oh, it is a wound there. It's not a wound. Do you know what you're doing next? Or do you need a moment?
I do. I'm going to put the flamers from this immolator.
From this immolator around here. Okay, very good.
Take your dirty green dice back.
You leave my dice alone. They're doing very well for me today.
2d6 flamer.
Oh, okay, that's
That's
9.
decent.
That's pretty good. Now, that is Zinch's favourite number, although he's not represented here today. Although maybe I'm Zinch. 5's to wound here. Oh, it's a good roll there!
6s?
That's a good roll.
Yeah, that's
6.
5. 6, yeah. 6 6s.
6 6s. That's the I'm sure there's something about that. 5 up in buns. Okay, that's fine. 4 up shrugs though. Okay, there we go.
I did some damage.
You did more damage with burniness than you did with big old melters. So I have 5 wounds remaining. Do you have a heavy bolter to go?
Yes.
Hitting on 4s though. Oh, that's unfortunate. With a blessed stake loaded into the condemned Boltgun, the Canoness fires into Big Daddy Jabba. Hey,
She's very posy. She's like,
that's true, she is. Okay, so it is freeze to hit. Well, that's what you get for taking so long to roll.
I was being dramatic. I shouldn't have been dramatic.
Immolator number 2. The same target, Big Daddy Jabba, must be brought down.
2d6. 4. Okay.
I mean, look, it's potentially enough. 5's to wound.
2 hits.
2 hits.
Ow!
Zinch is indeed here and causing pain to you. 5 up in buns. Okay, they both go through. A 4 up shrug.
You get for laughing at my pain.
A 4 up shrug. I shrug 1. I have 4 wounds remaining. You have your heavy bolter.
I do.
Your heavy bolter.
Your dirty dice.
Okay, that's a bit rude.
I mean, you're the one who bought the great unclean one.
Not my fault. It's Monster Mash. Oh, hit twice there. 5's to wound here.
Yes.
You could do it.
I believe in myself.
You do not do it. You don't do it in the slightest. The Battle Pope unleashes his Zealot's Vindicator into Big Daddy Jabba.
I'm going to keep firing until he's dead. I've got enough
I mean,
to do it.
yes, that seems like a reasonable idea.
Yeah. So d6 auto hits, just 4.
Okay. 5's to wound. It's 1 for each of the wounds that I have.
It's enough to do it.
It is.
If you don't be ridiculous and make all your saves again.
Well, I mean, you need to wound first.
Never mind.
4 wounds left on Big Daddy Jabba. Come on, heavy bolters, you can do it. 12 shots.
I believe in myself.
Hitting on 4s. Rerolling 1s because they are in range of Morvenn Vahl.
Yes.
Reroll those 1s there. That's
Really bad.
It's not good. This is the downside of jumping out of a transport. It is 5s to wound, but if you get that again, you could be in a good spot.
I would like to be in a good spot.
You are rerolling 1s again because of Morvenn Vahl. Okay.
Okay.
Only the 2. It's enough!
Yeah.
5 up in buns. I save 1.
Okay.
2 shrugs
damage.
to make. I shrug them both. Okay, I'm starting to get annoyed with myself now.
We're gonna have words in a minute.
Do they have cherubs?
They do not have cherubs now.
That is
Unfortunate.
Unfortunate. It is time to cleanse by fire. Enough is enough. We're getting sick of it here in the studio.
I'm getting sick of you.
I do not blame you. Big Daddy Jabba must be burnt to a crisp. We have used cleanse by fire for a maximum of 12 shots on the heavy incinerator flamers, and the heavy bolters going in there as well.
Yes. So yeah, I'm gonna start with a
12
flamer because obviously.
automatic hits from the flamers, looking for 5s. 3 wounds.
Yeah, 3.
Well, I save 1.
Okay.
And then I shrug. Neither. I have 2 wounds remaining. It's enough for the heavy bolter to do it. The blessed bolter hits twice. The blessed bolter wounds once. It's 1 wound there, Katie. It's 1 wound. I save it.
We're not friends anymore.
I understand. Over in that far ruin, a humble battle sister squad. They hear the call from the Emperor. They level their holy bolters, and they kill, well, banish the greater demon.
Pew, pew.
5 shots,
Yeah, I
2
should have done
wounds
that
left.
3 more times. It's 4s. That's a very aggressive.
Oh, okay, it was a good roll there. If you get that again, I could be in trouble.
Don't put pressure on me.
Well, the pressure is there. You put it on yourself. It's 1 wound.
1 wound.
It's 1 wound.
It is 1
It's
wound.
1 wound, which I pass. So the holy bolter tried their best.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Katie. Enter that nameless void. Oh, she's back. Hello. Underneath the pillar is a Dialogus. She will be acting as tracer fire for the exorcist in the corner. A single bolt pistol. She hits. Does she wound? No. Okay, fine. But she has traced the fire for the exorcist, now using devastating refrain to yeet her missiles into Big Daddy Jabba. He must be brought down. He must be slain. He must be destroyed.
He's the
Gabba-
bane of my existence now.
Yes. 3d3 shots, right?
Yeah.
Okay, when you are ready.
Let me remove these bad dice.
These failures. They will be sacrificed at the altar of the dice. I mean, it's 7 shots.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's 1 above the average on 3d3. It will be forced to hit, however. It's 2 hits. It's 2 hits. That miasma of pestilence has really saved my bacon. And that's... Ooh, what are we thinking?
I'm debating re-rolling just for an extra chance. I need to kill you. I can't have wasted every single shot from everything into him and then not killed him. I think I would lose my mind.
Okay.
I'm gonna re-roll one.
Well, the mind is still lost. It will be freeze to wound. You do have a free in your miracle dice pool, if that just makes you think of something. It's being spent. Ah! So 1 wound automatically. I'm not saying it was a good thing that you did it, but it was probably a good thing that you did it. It's a 5 up invulnerable save here. Okay,
Okay.
your damage.
Don't let me down, little dice. Don't let me down.
It's a 3.
Okay.
That's 3 shrugs to make. I need to pass 2 of these 4-up shrugs. He's dead. I can't re-roll those, unfortunately. I don't explode, but Big Daddy Jabba is finally brought down.
I feel really sad.
I'm sad too. You killed my greater demon.
It took my entire army!
Alas, poor Jabba. I knew him well. It was actually, like, I realized that it took a lot of firepower to do, but it was crucial that he was killed because that would have netted me 15 on the primary. Now I'm only realistically going to get the 10 because this is a hold 1, hold 2 mission, but holding more at that point could have given me an early lead, which is difficult against demons sometimes, and also how they operate. So yeah, did take a lot of firepower, probably more than it should have done, but he is no more. We have the final bits of shooting just into combat here. We have some bolt pistols and the Stormbolter into the Fiend.
I'm going to start with the girls, hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s. So it's just the 1.
It is a wound. A 5-up invulnerable save. No, one of them takes a wound.
Okay, and then the Rhino.
The Stormbolter.
And conveniently, I accidentally left the dice on the board.
Oh, very good.
Just grabbed a dice.
How
So this is the same.
handy.
Hitting on 3s.
Okay. 2 hits there.
Wounding
4s to
on
wound.
4s.
2 wounds. I say 1, so one of them has taken 2 wounds from the bolt of fire. But that is indeed the end of the shooting phase. There will be a charge phase.
Almost certainly.
We will be back momentarily. We are at the beginning of the charge phase, but first we must roll for a miracle dice.
Because I killed him.
You did eventually kill him, but how miraculous was the kill?
3.
It was an average kill.
Yeah,
Very well.
it's fine.
You got some charges to make, I've been informed.
I do have some charges to make.
Where are we going to start?
Start with the Archoflagellant.
Into the Fiends?
Yes.
They can't really fail everyone.
No, but we'll see.
I mean, it's a good thing you start with the Fiends and you use that good roll, because Celestine needs a 9, doesn't she?
Why are you being like this today?
I don't know.
I thought we were friends. And
You're
you're
friends. This is gentle ribbing. This is bants.
Ah, good old English banter.
Top banter. I'm one of
Mate.
the lads, you see.
Mate, I can't handle the banter.
Bantosaurus Rex.
Rawr.
Swarming round the Fiends, the Archoflagellants have slammed into their flank. But over here, we have Celestine, the Geminae Superia, into the Demonettes. We need a 9. Do we get a 9?
I hope so.
What are we gonna get?
Tell you what,
Only the dice will know! It's an 8.
I'm
It's
gonna,
an 8.
I'm gonna re-roll it.
You're gonna use a reroll on
I'm
it.
gonna re-roll it, but I rolled aggressively and I can't reach them now, so I'm gonna have to use 2 new dice.
Well, we'll get them elsewhere. Oh, the 9. She's into the Demonettes.
Beautiful.
Here we go. I cannot heroically intervene at the end of that charge phase. Unfortunate, but so be it. But the sisters over here, Celestine and her Geminae, are within range of my bewitching aura from the Keeper of Secrets there. So -1 attack does cancel out the war hymns, might help me a little bit. And to that end, I have used Aura of Acquiescence on the Fiends here to do a 3-inch aura of -1 attack, which will have an impact on these Archoflagellants. But wait!
I'm using extremist trigger word.
Lovely.
Yes.
So this will make your flails become 3 hits instead of 1 on an attack. Now you are still only 1 attack, but it does mean that you go from 60 attacks to 30, which makes a big difference to me. So here we go.
So I've only got 25 dice in my hand because I only have 25 dice.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah,
we need to
it's
sort out some more dice.
I need more
We
dice.
should probably buy some dice from tabletoptactics.tv.
That's a top tip, that.
Ah, very good. Hitting on 4s. Oh,
Rerolling.
it's a good roll there from the beginning. And then
Rerolling.
you're re-rolling for Zealotry.
We're rolling. I hit with
Right.
everything.
That is 20. Yes, there's lots of hits. It's lots of
Well,
hits.
don't
Well, it's
hit
20.
everything, but yeah.
It's essentially
It's 26.
26 hits.
It's 26. It's
Okay.
not essentially, it's so many dice.
Yes.
Ah!
Freeze to wound hit.
Freeze! Oh no!
Come on now.
I can do this!
Can you?
No! Got it.
Okay, well done. Ooh, that's a really good roll there. That's a really good roll there. 17.
17.
That's 1 less wounds than the Great Unclean one had. But these guys don't get a 4-up shrug. So 17, is it?
17.
I've got 6 in my hands because that's easy whilst I'm holding a camera. Okay, so that's 5 wounds already. Okay, so that's 5, 7.
7?
Okay.
That's, yeah. 8, 9,
8, 9,
10,
10, 11. Well, I only had 10 wounds, you see.
They're dead!
They're dead.
They're dead! We've traded places and it is time for some swift Slanesh sneakery.
Quicksilver swiftness. I always strike first, which means I effectively get a free interrupt, which is always nifty. So I have 39 attacks because I am above 20 in the unit. I only have 20 dice, so allow me to roll this twice, essentially, everyone.
You may.
Okay, very good. So
16.
16 hits.
16.
Oh, wow. Wow. I only drop another 2.
Oof.
Wow. Okay, so this and then another 16. Okay.
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 What are you wounding me on?
I'm wounding you on force because I'm only strength 3. 2, 4, 6, 9 saves of 3+ because it's -1.
Okay. So I can do that quickly now.
It is. Right.
The curse of me strikes again.
Okay, so that's the Geminae are
That's
both
the Geminae
dead.
are both dead.
And Celestine takes a wound.
Yes.
And there's also a 4-up invuln to make as well. Right. Okay.
She takes 2 wounds.
And now there's another 16 to go.
Oh no.
She's got 4 wounds left.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's 3 on your invulns.
Oh my goodness.
And then, wow, they've really powered up, these girls. And then 7 saves of 3+.
I have made a grave mistake.
This should not have happened.
Yeah.
Mathematically, realistically, I would have killed the Geminae and maybe done like a wound.
So how many was it on my invuln?
3 on your invuln,
3 on my
and then
invuln.
7 on your 3-up
So I'll do
save.
the invuln first.
Okay, she's got 3
Got
wounds
3
left.
wounds left and then 7. Okay.
3-up saves, come on
I
now.
dropped 1.
I believe in you.
Should 3 left,
Well,
right?
you've not but you've not used a reroll this turn.
I'm gonna do a reroll. Oh my goodness! Why do you do this to me?
Okay. Does she revive at the end of the phase?
It's the end of the phase, so we can roll that.
Okay.
Actually, that's
will be-
actually all the fighting done. So we just need
Yes,
to,
but you will have consolidations and stuff to do.
So we'll do that, and then we'll see if she stands back up.
We have consolidated forward with the Demonettes, and we've also done our consolidation with the Archoflagellants. But now we have the post-fight phase admin.
So because I use Extremis trigger word, I have to roll a dice to see if any of my Archoflagellants die.
Sure.
So on a 1 dice.
Okay, that is a fair trade. That seems
not
like
too
a
bad.
fair trade. You also get a miracle dice for killing that unit.
Do.
Because it is now the end of the phase and a unit has died. A 4. Okay, it's better than the 3.
It's better
But
than
now we need to make Celestine stand up. She's here. She's waiting literally in the wings.
with her wings.
But will there be wind beneath her wings?
Or will we have plucked the feathers and she falls into the flames?
Like Icarus, staring too long into the sun.
That's what I kind of feel like has happened to me. I feel like I aimed for too much and I crashed and burned.
So we were talking about the math off camera. Yeah, statistically, I would have done 13 wounds after, because I'm hitting on the 3s and wounding on 4s. And I would have, after saves, killed the Geminae. And that's it.
Well, that's it. That's the whole reason I fought first with the Archoflagellants, because I knew you'd be able to interrupt with one of your Slash units. So we were like, oh yeah, you're not going to kill Celestine.
It should be fine, right?
You're not going to kill Celestine.
Okay, well, that is a unit of 30 being all elevated to Greater Demonhood. Well done, well done. Unless she stands back up.
What happens if she stands back up? Do they just...
They will continue being Demonettes.
Okay. I'm really stressed. I'm really stressed.
She stands back up. So she will be as close as possible to this point here. So she's basically going to have to go through the wall and fight a Bloodthirster.
Oh no, the Bloodthirster's there. Celestine, no.
That is that. Celestine has revived. We've just put her there because her wings are getting very precariously close and she's a very wobbly model, very gorgeous model, but one that makes me scared every time we pick her up. So she is actually on the ground floor.
Yes.
She's over an inch away, netting you the engage.
She did something.
She did do something, that's true. So she got the 2 points there for the engage. You've also picked up the 3 points for priority target there. And you, as mentioned, you've knocked me off the hold more for my Big Daddy Jabber in the middle. Not bad. Not bad.
Could be better.
It could be a lot better, admittedly, yes.
See how your next turn goes, because it could either go really well
Demons
or
do
me?
one of two things. They run so far ahead with the points that you just can't catch up by like turn 3, or they get a good run going, they die horribly in turn 3, and they just go, we didn't do enough.
Well, I've already taken out your ground clean one.
Which is, you know, a big blow. He was a very happy chap. He was a jovial man, being Void thing, and now he's dead, and you've made his brother and his sister very angry. So they will be out for vengeance. They will be out for blood and glory.
Reinforcements have arrived from the warp. I'm very scared. I'm very frightened. I'm much more frightened of what's happening in the middle here.
Yes!
Yes, it seems to be a lot of swarming and a lot of chaos coming for me.
Yes, I'm going into glorious combat because that is what
horrifying.
the demons would do. Yeah, this could be potentially very painful, but I could also bounce, so we'll have to see.
Yeah.
But regardless, it's going to be very cool.
I mean, there's lots of juicy targets in there.
That is my plan.
Yeah.
We will see if the plan comes to fruition. Command phase wise, you gained a 5 on your miracle dice, which is nice. I gained a CP.
Very exciting.
That's it. And yeah, movement wise, we've advanced with the Fiends, but they are within 6 of the Hellflyer there. Both of these advanced. We've moved normally with everything else. We have a little bit of a psychic phase to do. We'll go over to my Keeper of Secrets. We're going to cast a Smite. We are equidistant from the Immolator here and Celestine.
Okay.
We're going to we're going to, well, let's see if we cast it first. It is cast on a 5.
Mm-hmm.
So you can deny this on a 6.
I can deny it on a 6.
But can you?
I can.
But can you?
You can, yeah.
But can you?
No.
Oh, I saw it. I'm going to do this on the Immolator.
Okay.
It's 3 mortal wounds. And you might be wondering, why do it on the Immolator and not Celestine? Because I want to kill Celestine in glorious combat.
Of course.
We're now going to do a Cacophonic Choir with her. With a +1, because this is a Slanesh power, it goes off on an 8.
That sound was not me dropping dice.
No. Not denied.
No.
So this will be 2d6, taking away your leadership of 8 on an Immolator.
Okay.
Doesn't matter, doesn't
Never
do any wounds. Very good. We then come over to the Hellflyer here. We're going to cast a Delightful Agonies onto the Demonettes in the center to give them a 6-up shrug. We are on a 10, but you are able to deny if you roll a 6 for your Shield of Thief.
Well, I get a 6.
For Shield of Thief.
I got a 6 on that
so
one.
no 6-up shrug for them. Very nice. That's my psychic phase done.
Easy peasy.
Let me just have a look and see. I mean, I know what can shoot, but let me just see what I want to shoot.
Kicking off the shooting phase with the Bloodthirster. He is going to be spitting fire?
Hellfire!
Spitting hellfire into some sisters and flailing.
Blood flailing.
Flailing. He will fail his flail at Morvenn Vahl.
Maybe.
That'd be nice. Please fail.
Okay. The Hellfire into your Sisters of Battle. It's 2 automatic hits. Strength 5, it's -1. It's 1 wound at -1, but you are in cover, so you have a 3-up save. You are fine. The Blood Flail. The Blood Flail. It's a hit, because I am BS2.
Okay.
It's Strength 8. Oh, it's marked for death.
Okay.
So you have a 4-up invuln on Morvenn Vahl. She loves it. Okay, cool. We then have some Death's Heads here, flinging the skulls of my enemies into the Retributors, so that I can gather more skulls and then fill them with poxes to make more Death's Heads. It's not a very economic weapon.
No.
10 shots.
Therefore, you shouldn't use it.
No. It's 10 shots. I hit you 3 times.
Okay.
I wound you... I can reroll those ones there, though, because they are plague weapons. I wound you 3 times!
What's the AP on this?
There isn't.
So it should get a 3-up save.
Yeah.
You don't win me at all,
This
friend.
is a very successful shooting phase. Funny that. Now it is time for Glorious Wombat.
What?
Yeah, Immortal Wombat.
I'm now imagining a wombat
Yeah.
with a sword just waddling into battle. Tell me your secrets.
I'm going to do all of the charges.
Glorious combat.
The Wrath of Khorne Bloodthirster into Morvenn Vahl. See.
I think you might be in.
That's a 10.
I think you might be in.
Very good. I'm going to do the Keeper of Secrets into Celestine, because she's
On the bottom floor.
On the bottom floor. I add +1 to that.
So it's a 6.
It is a 6. Obviously I'm -2, but I'm in range there.
I feel like I'm in danger.
Yeah. just replace. Please, someone, replace that thing of Ralph Wiggum sitting on the bus, but replace it with Katie's head, just going, "I'm in danger."
Please, I would use that so often. I feel like that the majority of the time.
Yeah. The fiends are going to charge into just the sisters underneath here.
Okay.
Because they are beasts, they can go through the walls, and I can walk around if I want to.
That is an 8.
That's a 9.
Is it 9?
That's a 9. That was a 6 and a 3.
I can do maths.
The plague drones are going to charge into the Canoness, the Retributors, the Immolator, and the Sisters.
I will be able watching with the Immolator.
I respect that. Let me move everything in, let you gather your dice.
Okay.
Look at it. Look at it. We're not done though. There was a tease, you see.
Glorious combat!
So, I've moved in so far. We do have Overwatch here from the Immolator being charged by the plague drone.
Yes, so 2d6.
Oh, it's not bad there. It's not bad.
It's nice.
It's again Zinji's favourite number. Not represented and yet always here. Always watching. 9 shots. Oh, that's 8 wounds there. Because they are strength 6, aren't they?
Yeah,
I've got 4 in my hands.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't save any there. And I save 2. So I've got 6 5-up shrugs to make. You might kill one on Overwatch, which would be pretty cool.
I need to stop hitting my hands.
Yes.
Ouch.
You must. I do save 1 on Overwatch. So
okay.
1 has 1 wound remaining, but you still manage to do the 3 wounds on them. No other Overwatch there. The charge, with a +1, I don't know if that's going to be enough because I charge so many things.
You fool!
Let me...
We need to measure it.
No.
Just shy.
So,
Just.
okay. Okay.
You're gonna re-roll it? You're gonna re-roll it? You're gonna re-roll it?
Yeah, I'm going to re-roll it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in. Okay, very good. All right, I'll move them in a minute.
And that's no more command
Goodbye,
points
my
for you.
lone CP. Over here, the Demonettes into... look, I should go into Morvenn Vahl, but I'm not going to. The Bloodthirst has got this, guys. Bloodthirst has got this. We're going to go into the Retributors and to the Immolator.
Okay.
I can't really fail. It's a 9.
It's definitely not
with a
fail.
+1, that's a 10 because of my musician. That was a really weird pronunciation.
Is he singing a jaunty tune?
Blowing on a trumpet. And over here, we're going to activate the Banner of Blood. So we have a 3d6 charge into the Archoflagellants. Now, I can't re-roll this because I'm not in range of my Bloodthirster.
But it's 3d6.
But it's 3d6 and I add them together. I'm in.
You most certainly are.
Well, I did need an 11 because that is difficult terrain there.
Well, you got 11.
Is it? I'm not going to charge anything else. It is now time for glorious combat.
Glorious combat! To the sound of dice being dropped,
I'm sorry.
we will start glorious combat with the Bloodletters because apparently they are the most terrified of my Archoflagellants. So want to hit first before I can interrupt.
Yes, because you can interrupt and you can interrupt with other stuff, but I'm not too worried about it.
Right.
So here we go. I am hitting on 2s because there's 20 in the unit. I need to roll 8 more dice here, everyone.
We don't have enough dice.
Okay, 1, 2. 2 misses there. Okay, I'll roll the 8 dice afterwards.
Oh, yeah, it makes sense.
We're looking for freeze to wound, but 6s will be 2 damage. There's quite a few 2 damage there. That's quite a few 2 damage.
Oh no.
Okay, that's pretty good. It's a pretty good start.
Yeah.
That's pretty good stuff. Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Okay, so these are the 8 missing dice here. Okay. To wound. Okay.
At least there was no more double damage.
That's true.
Yay.
That is
How many?
5, 9,
many?
10, 16 5-up shrugs, and then 6 damage 2 shrugs.
Okay, so I'll do the 16 first.
Okay. So these are just 1 damage shrugs. Very well.
I'm going to do these handfuls at a time because small hands.
Small hands.
So these are the 16.
Okay. Okay, my brain is melting, everyone. Here we go. Okay, we've saved a total of 5.
So that means 11 have gone through.
Yes, if you've rolled 11, which you have, that's good. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
Dead so
Dead
far.
and one on one
And
wound.
then how many sixes were there?
6 damage 2s. So the one on one wound, does he shrug?
2?
2 damage, yeah.
So,
He doesn't. Okay, so now 5 shrugs and then reroll 5s and 6s. Okay, so reroll the 2 5s there. Okay, that is the unit wiped. We are interrupting with Morvenn Vahl.
glorious combat! 5 attacks, 6s.
Oh, you got a 6 there.
Got an
So that's
extra
6 hits. It's very nice.
6 hits.
That's 6 hits.
6 hits. It's
Strength
six.
is 8.
On this weapon, it most certainly is 8.
Increased wound. Okay.
Re-rolling.
Yes. Righteous Rage. Okay, very nice.
Cool, so those 2 6s have do mortal wounds.
Very good.
Additional mortal wounds.
Okay.
And then the rest are -3.
Okay, so 6 4-up invulnerable saves from the armor of scorn. I scorn you. I scorn you. Okay.
No.
I take 8 damage because I'm blood blessed, and that is my exalted ability. I can't die
What's
this time.
very upsetting is I would have done a lot more to you. It is time for the Bloodthirster to show us what he's made of.
Yes. Although you did degrade me. You took 2 of my attacks away.
Yeah,
Very upsetting.
I stole them.
I've gone from 7 attacks to 5 attacks. I hit you 4 times, but I am rerolling because you were a character on that one. I hit you 5 times, and that 6 becomes an extra hit.
Boo.
1 6.
Okay.
2's to win because I am strength 11 because of unbridled ferocity.
Is that 6 wounds?
6 wounds at
That's
-4.
6 wounds. 6 wounds. 6
So that'd be
wounds.
your 4-up invuln.
6 wounds. 6 wounds.
You want to use any miracle dice here?
6 wounds. 6 wounds. What's the dash?
D6. You do half it, but you round up, so...
I'll spend 1. Miracle dice.
So there's 5 4-up invulns to make them, please.
I got this. Tell me you believe in me.
Look, I think she'll do it because she's badass.
So you believe in her. Do you believe in me?
I believe in her. You're rolling dice. I do not believe in that.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, you don't want to stake your life on me rolling dice,
No.
pal.
Case in point.
You really don't. In case you can't see. Adds a 1.
That's 3d6 damage, but I am halving it.
Oucheroni.
Okay, it's not great.
No.
You round up, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. He has 3 wounds remaining to my 8 wounds remaining. The combat continues!
Not satisfied with killing both the Geminae Superia and Celestine, the Demonettes are going to be attacking the Retributors and my Emulator.
They want more blood. So I've got 27 attacks onto the Demonettes and then 19 onto the Immolator.
27 into the Demonettes.
Yes.
They're going to be attacking themselves.
Yes.
Nice.
Into the Retributors. Here we go. Okay. Okay. We have 2 saves on your 6-up invuln, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 saves of 4+.
Okay. So we'll do the 5 4 pluses
Sure. Okay.
and the 2 6-ups.
Yes.
Hey, 1.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
4 die.
Okay. That's fine.
Oh, wait, 4
And then I've got
plus.
19 on to the Immolator because that's what I had in range, you see. So 6 hit cause 7. 3 wounds of -4, so 3 6-up invuln saves, please.
3, you say.
3 says I.
3 says you.
Lovely, I guess. We then will have. I'm gonna leave the Keeper of Secrets last for Celestine because that's cool. So we'll do the Plague Drones.
Okay, we'll gather some dice and we will be back. It is time for the Plague Drones. We have got 2 going into the Canoness and 3 going into the Sisters hiding bravely in the ruin just behind them.
Yes. So let's start with the ones on the Canoness. We've got 2 Plague Swords here.
Okay.
I hit you once. Strength 4. I can reroll wounds because I'm plaguey.
Never
Fine.
mind.
But now the proboscises.
That sounds
It is
horrifying.
the bugs themselves.
Yeah.
They hit you 3 times. I can reroll failed wounds.
Okay.
I wound you twice. It is -0. But it is 2 damage. It's 2 damage. You got 3 wounds remaining.
Okay.
We'll now do the remaining attacks on the
You're
Damn it.
dropping dice.
Battle Sisters. One of which of these is the champion. I hit you twice with the swords. I wound you twice with the swords. No AP.
You wound me once with the sword.
One is dead. Rotted immediately as the plague sword slices through the armor and they go into goo.
Horrifying.
Yeah.
Why would you do this to my sisters?
And now the plague proboscis. I hit you.
Probosci?
Probosci? Yes.
Yeah, it's probably easier to say.
Yeah. 6 hits there. Rerolling because they are plague. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 wounds.
6
Again,
wounds, is
no
it?
minuses.
6 wounds.
There's 4 left. There's 4 left.
No minuses.
No minuses. There's 4 left. There's 4 left.
There's 4
okay,
left.
fine. I've killed one. We'll do the fiends now. They pile into the immolator and through there. So only 2 of them are going to be able to attack the sisters.
Okay.
Because of range. So let's just do that quickly now.
Very
then we
well.
can move on to the second of the main events. The snip, snap, claws. Go snicker, snap.
Snippety snap.
That is 1, 2, 3, 4 wounds at -1.
4 wounds, 4 plus.
Yes.
Doo-doo-doo.
That is 1 dead sister.
Okay.
Very good. That is them done. It is now the Keeper of Secrets. On to Celestine. Yes. She will attack with her Stealer Blade. Here
Very well.
we go. 6 attacks. I hit you 5 times.
That's alarming.
It's strength 8. I can reroll ones due to delicate precision. I wound you 5 times. It's -3. It's damage free, but you -1 damage, so it'd be damage 2.
Okay.
5 4-up invulnerable saves. She's dead. Again.
Oh no.
She's finally dead again.
Okay. Very well.
I didn't even get to go snip.
Yes, you are the one in this situation who should be disappointed.
It is now time to strike back. And yes, we have more than a few tanks. In fact, we have the mini Canoness of Doom. She's going to siphon her own soul,
Oh yes, 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 yes.
apparently.
So, Blade of Sacrifice.
I mean, you already, yeah, I'm already on board.
Yes. I'm sacrificing myself a little bit. So
Just-
essentially,
just a smidge of your soul.
yeah, I'm doing 2 wounds to myself. 2 mortal wounds, which means that I get, when I wound you, I do 2 mortal wounds instead.
Cool. And because of your Warlord trait, you
Because
get
of
plus 2
Warlord
attacks
trait,
and
Martyr
strength.
strength, yep, I get +2 to my strength, +2 to my attacks. So, I have got 6 attacks.
Okay. I'm on board.
6 attacks. 6 attacks.
All into the plague drones.
6s are
The passion.
no 6s.
No 6s, but 6 hits.
Wounding you on... what's
Your
it?
strength's 6 now because the sword itself is +1, so it will be
This?
3. So each 3 is just 2 mortal wounds. Well, that's 10 mortal wounds there. That's really cool.
I like it.
It's a good thing I've got 5 up shrugs. The first batch of 5. I shrug 2 there.
Okay.
So 3 wounds taken so far. Okay, it's not good.
7
it's not
wounds.
good. It's 7 wounds.
7.
That is 1 dead, which is leaves 6.
'Cause one was wounded.
Yeah, and that's another 1 dead and 1 on 2 wounds. Yeah, that's really cool. The sisters in the ruins now strike out at the plague drones inspired by their Canoness.
Yes. Hitting on force.
Okay.
And...
I mean, that's pretty good, especially with the passion giving you 3 extra hits there. Combat sisters. My favourite kind of sisters.
I can be your combat sister and punch you in the face.
That doesn't seem very pleasant to me.
You
personally.
just said you like combat sisters.
Yeah, I know, but not against, like, not violence against my person. 5 to win.
5 to wound.
Okay.
That's
4 wounds there.
That's
That's 4 wounds there. They're angry. They're angry. Well, they do 3 wounds. But I do have 5 up shrugs from the disgustingly resilient.
You are pretty disgusting.
I am dead. One of them is
One of
dead.
them is dead.
Okay,
Okay,
very
I've
well.
got some other things to hit. So I'm
This
gonna
has
gather
not
the-
gone the way that I was expecting it to.
Well,
over
to
on
be
this
fair,
flank.
I wasn't expecting Celestine to die in my last turn. I feel like this is not even fair payback.
The brutal combat on this flank continues with an immolator now.
The most
Into-
brutalist of combat weapons.
Into my fiends.
Yes. So 3 attacks hitting on 6s.
My fiendish fiends. Very good. Do you know what you're doing next?
That immolator into the demonettes.
Okay, you are within 6 of my Keeper of Secrets, so the bewitching aura does apply.
I have 2 attacks.
Yes.
That's okay. Hitting on 6s.
Well, there's 2 hits there because it is the passion. You're a
I
passionate
love
tank.
this. I love this.
It will be 2s to wound. It's 2
2
wounds
wounds
on the Demonettes there. That is 2 run over.
I won't be happy until the entire unit is dead.
No, Bewitching Aura doesn't affect vehicles, which incidentally means it won't affect Morvenn Vahl when they inevitably engage in mortal combat, which will be really cool. So you do get an extra attack.
I do get an extra attack. I'm a little bit hurt from the fact that you lied to me about what I could do. I thought we were frienderinos. Turns out you're a frauderoni.
Where are you going with this? Is it conducive to your dice rolling? Let's find out. It was not. Never do that again, please. You have 3 attacks from the sisters underneath here into the fiends on the other side of the wall.
You don't want to be called a frauderino. No, okay. I'm hitting on 4s. Okay.
Oh, you got 3 hits there with the fiends?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I'm wounding you on 5s.
It's 5s to wound. Oh, it's 2 wounds there.
Turns out being hysterical works.
You do a wound. One of the fiends takes a wound. Very good. Do you know what you're doing next?
That's a very good question. Do I know what I'm doing next? No, I absolutely don't know. I need to have a little look.
Well, you've got a Retributor Sergeant in combat there, and you've got a Rhino and Sisters over there.
Oh, I can do the Retributor quickly into the
Demonettes.
dice.
I will, because I will put them in my bag, because I'm not even going to need to use them to roll any saves.
It's 3 attacks.
3 attacks, because she's got a chainsword.
Yes.
Okay, she hits once. Be forced wound. Told you I wouldn't need to use my dice to make a save. It is finally just the sisters and the Rhino into the blood letters.
I'm gonna let their blood.
They don't have blood. They're made of demonic warp energy. They are made of the void.
I'm letting the blood that they've gathered in their little pouches. I'm gonna start with the sisters. Do they not? Are you telling me they don't have little blood pouches?
No. They're not vampires. Bleh.
I'm gonna go with the sisters. Okay.
Okay, well you got 4 hits there.
I did.
Because of the passion.
The passion, yeah. As you keep reminding me. Thank you very much.
That's what I'm here for.
That's all you're here for.
Yeah, it's true. 2 wounds there. There's 2 dead blood letters.
Okay.
The demonic entities from beyond the ken of human understanding, punched in the face by an angry nun. And now a Rhino.
Yes. Nothing.
Okay, very good. Okay, cool. Look, a pretty weird fight phase there, all told. Let's be perfectly frank. There's going to be a lot of morale to do, so let's calculate this up.
Starting on morale, and as I am now in control of the camera, I'm going to start with the only morale test I need to take. And friend, where have you gone?
Well, Dialogus gives you +1 leadership as well. So you can only fail this on a 6.
Okay, thank you.
Because the Dialogus is right here in the center, so definitely within 6.
Amazing. So I'll just
leadership 9.
quickly roll this and then I don't have to worry about it.
Oh, good thing she was there, because otherwise you would have failed.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
And then you've got quite a bit of morale to take, buddy.
I've got morale to do. I can't actually fail with the Demonettes because of the Keeper of Secrets nearby, but I'm going to roll for it, because if I roll a 1, I can bring models back.
That feels rude.
No. But I don't lose any. I lost 2 of my blood letters over there. I bring D6 back on a roll of a 1. I bring back the 2 that you killed. And then I've got these 2 over here.
Okay.
They lost 3. Their leadership 7. Fine. I would have liked to have brought 1 back, because then I could put you into the thing there. But alas, fine. Okay, that is that. A weird turn, but a pretty good one. A pretty good one.
Was the turn weird, or were we just weird?
One of the both in the same. Sure.
A little bit. Yeah.
So I've picked up 5 points for the priority objectives, because I'm holding this one and that one. I managed to get 9 points for Assassinate for killing Celestine and her buddies. Finally, I've shut down. You are going to get 5 points for that primary, but that's the only primary you're going to get.
Yes.
And I've gotten Stranglehold. So look, a good turn for the points, but this is where demons tend to kind of now go, I hope it was enough. Let's see if it was. Turn 2 for the Adepta Sororitas, and we've kicked off with a very good command phase already. Every single prayer has been heard by the God Emperor himself. Hum indeed.
Yes.
We've done Righteous Smiting on the Battle Pope. We have done War Hymns on Morvenn Vahl. Yes. And we've also put the Chorus of Spiritual Fortitude on Morvenn Vahl. Yes. In case I want to get really cheeky and just go, nah, you can just have a smite.
Yeah, I don't want you to do that.
I appreciate that. You've gained a command point.
I do.
What's up? You're thinking.
No, I remembered something, but it's something I do at the end of the movement phase, so it's fine. I can mention it in a moment.
We'll do it in a moment.
Yes.
So down here, Seraphim have arrived to try and be annoying in my lines.
Yes.
Over here, we have fallen back out of combat with the Sisters of Battle moving off behind into where the gap of the Immolator was, who has just stayed still, basically. Yeah. The Retributors have just shuffled forward, leaving a gap for the Sisters of Battle from the other Immolator to jump out. That Immolator obviously cannot fall back because he is in combat with... Fiends! That's what they're called. Likewise with the Sisters underneath here, they cannot fall back because of the Fiends. Morvenn Vahl has decided that she's so badass, she doesn't need to fall back. She will fire her missiles and heavy bolter into my face, and then if I'm still alive, she'll stab me.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Poke you with a little stick.
Maybe. Battle Pope has come forward. The Dialogus has come forward. The Sister Retributor, the Retributor Superia has stayed in combat with the Demonettes. By the looks of it? Yeah. Does she want to? Yeah. She's brave.
What else am I going to do with her?
Brave. Over here, the Canoness has moved away and has been healed up by the Hospitaller.
That's what I was going to... I haven't done that yet.
We're going to do that in a moment.
Yeah.
We've stayed in combat with the Sisters and the Rhino over here by the looks of it. It's bold. Yeah. It's bold.
I'm a bold person.
And the Exorcist has come out to play. A bold move again. There's lots of boldness here, but through boldness lies victory.
Yes, and glory, and death, and smiting, and holy fire.
Maybe. How many wounds do you heal from your Hospitaller on your Canoness of Mighty Slayings?
3.
It's the big 3.
3.
She's back up to 4 wounds remaining. That could be a problem for me. But we'll find out. There is no psychic phase, but there will be a pretty hefty shooting phase.
Oh, yes.
Let's kick off the shooting with some roasty toasty demonettes. We are unleashing all of the heavy flamery goodness into them. They care not about -1s, for big guns never tire, although the heavy bolter will, but that's neither here nor there when we've got the heavy incinerator immolator cannon.
Time for a barbecue.
No.
2d6. That's fine.
It's fine. It's a small barbecue. It's taken a little while to get the heat going. There's a bit of wind. It's putting the fire out. It's a bad time. It is, however, 4 wounds.
Yes.
I have a fiber.
Drop and dice.
Invulnerable save. I have 2 of them saved. That is 2 crisped. You now have a heavy bolter. Hitting on 5s though, because you are slightly degraded.
Never mind.
Very good. We have another immolator.
Yes.
Into the Fiends this time.
Yes.
Rinse and repeat.
Yeah. Same thing.
Okay. I saw the 6, it winked at me and I was a bit like,
I was like,
no.
oh yes, oh no.
7 automatic hits. These will be wounding on 3s here.
That's 4. 3.
3.
3 wounds.
3 5-up in buns. Does kill the one that was wounded very well.
Nice.
Okay. And the heavy blotter. Hits once because this one isn't degraded enough. Does wound.
You do not save it.
Okay, so one's down to 2 wounds. All right, let me take away the casualties. Rhino and Sisters now into the bloodletters.
Yeah, so I'll go with the Rhino first. I'll get 4 shots.
They all hit, because it's not a heavy weapon.
No.
You're not degraded. It'll be freeze to wound.
That is 2 wounds.
2 wounds, is it? Okay. I saved 1, so 1 is slain. So one of the ones that just died stood back up. He just got shot again.
In the face with a Rhino.
The poor guy.
I have no sympathy.
He's just trying to live his best life.
He's trying to steal my blood. It's not okay.
True.
The Sisters.
2 hits there.
Yeah, it's 2 hits.
That's 1. Are you going to kill the other one that just stood back up?
I would like to.
Oh.
Maybe.
You do. Look, that's very rude. They just...
I was ready to stand back up.
Just underneath the ruins of the glorious bloody melee there, 4 pistols into the Fiends.
It's so glorious, isn't it?
Reroll the ones for Morvenn Vahl.
Yes.
Forced wound here. Reroll the one for Morvenn Vahl.
2 wounds.
2 wounds. 2 wounds, is it? I save 1. One of them is on 1 wound remaining.
I'm gonna flip that over.
Down.
And I have a Sister Superior into the Demonettes. She has a bolt pistol as well.
That's a hit. It's a wound.
Can I crisp one more?
You do. You go. Morvenn Vahl fires her guns into my face. She did do the High Abyss on herself so that she could re-roll these hits and wounds in the shooting phase. You are going to be -1 to hit, but fine.
Yeah, that's fine. So I'll be hitting on 3s, re-rolling.
Okay. This is the Fidelis, I presume?
Fidelis.
Okay, very nice. It will be 5s to wound. 6, re-rolling. 1 wound. Minuses.
-1.
Okay, so a 4 up invulnerable save. I love it.
Okay,
the Armor of Scorn.
I will do the Prioris missile next, so...
Reroll that for yourself. They both hit.
Yes.
Very nice.
This is strength 8.
So this will be freeze to wound.
Re-rolling.
2 wounds, is it?
2 wounds.
2.
-2.
-2. I have a 4 up invul. I cannot. I care slightly.
You have a 4 up in Vahl, yes?
I have a 4 up invul, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, forgive us. We did roll off camera for Celestine. Since she finally died, we got a 5.
Yes. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Which... I want to make sure I can kill your bloodthirster. I might use the 5.
Well, the 5 would put me down into my bottom bracket.
Yes, so it's worth it.
Because that will make me only 2 attacks now rather than 4.
So, yeah, I'm going to use that 5.
But he will get to attack before you.
Yeah. So I'm going to use that 5. So he's down to 3.
That is a respectable decision. Weakened, not yet slain, but right before the picking. It is Retributor time. They can shoot because remember, they were no longer locked in combat by my bugs because they got punched by very angry nuns. So, which was very cool.
Yeah. I did unfortunately have to squiggle them just to get the other sisters out of the emulator. So I'll be still hitting on 4s.
4s to hit. Okay. Do you have the Canoness within range?
Canoness... Yes.
Okay, so reroll those 2 1s there.
3 ones.
3 1s even.
Ignore me.
Okay, 2 1s.
Ignore me, 2 ones.
Okay, paid off big time.
That's good.
It'll be freeze to wound down times 5.
Yes. Okay, 4 wounds.
4. 5 up invulnerables. I save only 1. Okay, good.
So it's 3 because you're in half ranges.
Yes, so you'll need to do these 1 at a time just in case you roll a 1 on one of them and don't kill it.
Okay.
The first one. Okay, so now I need to do 7 shrugs. Because if I shrug really well, then it won't kill it and yada yada yada.
That'd be very annoying.
Okay, he is dead. Fine.
Okay.
So the second one will now take 2d6 plus 4, essentially, because there's only the 1 left. Right. Right. So that's 13, is it? That is unlucky for some. I've got 7 in my hands here. He's got 1 wound left. He's got 1 wound left. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I did, however, roll 7 there, so I've got to roll another 6. It's another 6. I roll all 5s and 6s here. No, he's dead. He's
dead.
like super dead. They are dead. The plague drones tried their best.
And failed.
They didn't do very well, no. The far immolator there is just in range of the plague bearers, unleashing everything into me.
So I'm going to start with the flamer.
The flamery goodness. Tracer flamer. Literal tracer fire.
Try, pal. You good?
No, I didn't get much sleep last night. My brain's going a little bit loopy. It's 4 wounds. 5 up invulnerable saves. Ooh.
Why?
Where was that on my greater demon?
Okay. Heavy bolter.
You hit once. Freeze to wound. Tis a
I
wound.
wound you.
You do. It's 2 damage, so 2 shrugs. You kill 1, just.
Okay.
Good work.
Fine.
1's dead. It is Exorcist time! Into the Keeper of Secrets. Revenge for Celestine.
I need to exercise that demon.
Exorcise
So
the
I'm
demon.
gonna
Well, you knew it was going to happen.
I'm going to start with the missile launcher.
You don't want to do Tracer Fire?
No.
Okay. I mean, we'll see.
Don't try and mind games me.
Could have gone with some Tracer Fire there. Still 5 shots.
I'm going to throw this book at you in a minute. I'm going to throw something at you.
5 shots.
5 shots.
Hitting on freeze. No minuses here.
Ha! You and your minuses mean nothing.
It's true. It's true. It will be forced to wound though because of my Blessing of the Dark Prince. Okay. Did help a little bit there. 5 up invulnerable saves. I save 1. Your damage.
How many wounds has it got?
16,
matter.
and you've already used Miracle Dice. A 7. It is the average on 2d6 there. I have 7 dice in my hands.
Fail each and every one of them.
Can I shrug using my Shining Aegis? I bring the shield up. I'm looking for 6s.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. No,
okay.
None of those. I take 7 damage. I have 9 wounds remaining. But there is a heavy blot.
Heavy bolter.
Heavy blot. Hits once.
It does only hit once.
It will be a 6 to wound here, I'm afraid. Fine.
More like that.
Fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Okay.
Oh, I match your 6. Powerful.
But you cannot raise it.
Seraphim time, and this is the last bit of shooting everything into my plague bearers.
So 10 shots hitting on 4s.
Yes, my cloud of flies.
You're so disgusting.
I am very vile, yes. Force wind. Oh, it's good there.
It's 4 wins.
5 up invulnerables. I do only save 1. 5 up shrugs. I don't shrug any. 3
so 3
are
dead.
Okay.
And that's my shoosting done.
You shoosting.
I shoosted everything.
Right.
What? What are we shoosting?
Whoa. We're not quite done yet.
More shoosting.
There's a battle priest.
Battle priest. Battle pope.
Oh, the focus didn't work, and that's a shame. That would have been a really nice shot for you all at home there. I apologise for my rubbishness. Battle priest!
Battle pope.
He's firing his Zealot's Vindicator.
Yes. D6 shots.
This is all into the Keeper of Secrets. Why not?
The
2 shots.
thing I can shoot.
It will be 6s to wound.
I wound you.
Well, you do get a wound there.
You wounded.
Cheeky little wound there, is it? Of 6 up shrug, says I. Oh, I saw it. Battle priest!
Battle pope.
Look, he needs to prove himself before he's able to be called the Pope. He has also not been elected by the rest of the clergy yet.
I've elected him.
I know, but you are not members of the clergy.
Not that you know of.
That would be really weird. Don't you have, like, you know, jobs to do in, like, the Vatican and stuff?
Can't tell you my secrets.
Look, are you charging yes or no?
Yes, I am.
Battle Pope.
That's all you need to know.
Okay, into the Demonettes.
Yeah, I literally...
It's a bold move. Will you stop that?
I'm not trying
I'm not worried about you, I'm worried about the table. Because I get yelled at by Lawrence for, like, daring to walk near this, because he's like, it's very loose and it will come off.
But...
Will it? Will it, Lawrence? Well, I mean, it probably will.
Have you not seen my noodle arms?
Your guns.
Don't make me bring out the gun show. You can't handle the gun
Do the charge, please.
I cannot fail this, nor can I do anything with any extra charge. There was no point in me rolling that, but I got a 9.
Okay. Battle Pope. In. He has 4 attacks. At strength 6. The gun show.
Battle Pope.
Hitting on 4s, re-rolling, because he's a zealot. Okay, re-rolling.
Really? Melee, so this...
Passion doesn't apply to
No,
him.
it doesn't.
He doesn't have sacred rights. So 2 hits there.
That's rubbish.
Yes, for him.
Winning or 2s?
Yes.
I win you twice.
Twice, is it?
Battle Pope.
Battle Pope. 5 up invulnerable saves. You do kill 2.
Battle
he cleaves through 2, and then he fights again
at the end of the phase.
At the end of the phase. Okay, so now it will revert to all of the fight first stuff. So it'll be the Slanesh, and then my choice, which will be the Bloodthirster. So we will be back.
We'll trade places.
Yes. Good film.
It is the time of Fiend. You've got one going into the Immolator and one going into the Sisters, which you cannot see because they are quite literally shrouded in shadow.
Yes.
Yes.
On to the Immolator. Good. I missed the stationary vehicle.
Well done. Good job.
On to the Sisters. I still missed 2 of them. Fine. Okay, I only wound once, but it is AP 4. So that is 6 up invulnerable save on your sister.
No.
Huzzah. Snip, snap, snip. We then will have the Demonettes. Let me pile them in. Snip, snap, snip.
Stop snapping and snipping me, you weirdo.
It's a chef special. We're splitting our attacks across 4 units. Yeah. So we've got 9, one of which is the champion into the Immolator there. We've got 2 into the Retributor Superia. We've got 3 into the Battle Pope and 4 into Morvenn Vahl. We'll start with the ones on the Immolator.
You cannot harm me.
I mean, I just did 3 wounds to it last turn, so I absolutely can.
Nah.
Not with a roll like that, though. Not with a roll like that.
You kind of deserve it to balance out the rolling you have been doing.
You do take 2 wounds at -4, however.
On the Immolator.
On the Immolator.
Okay.
Your Shield of Faith is not that faithful.
I have no faith
We're down
right
to 3
now.
wounds remaining. 3 wounds remaining on the Immolator. On to the Retributor Superia. Okay. Okay. Forced to wound here. It's 1 wound at -1.
Okay.
Could do it.
For it.
It does not do it. On to the Battle Pope.
Battle Pope.
9 attacks on the Battle Pope. Okay.
You know you're
They're running
calling-
out of steam. They're very tired. They've been
Okay.
doing lots of chopping.
You admit he's a Pope now.
Maybe. It's 4 wounds. You do have a Rosarius, though, I believe. Yes, you do. But you do only have 4 wounds. So if you fail all of these, he's dead.
I won't fail them.
He's only taken 1 wound. He is the Battle Pope.
The Pope of Battle.
And
he's
now-
going to punch you in the face.
Morvenn Vahl. Morvenn Vahl. She will maybe survive.
She will survive. She'll be fine.
5 to wound. Oh, Morvenn Vahl. Okay.
It's 4 there.
So that's 3 or -1, so that'd be 3 up saves and then 1
On my 4 up invuln.
invuln. Okay.
So that's that. And then the 4 up invuln.
Invuln.
I'm fine.
Very well. It is
And
now time for the Bloodthirster.
is he thirsty?
Maybe he's very tired now. He's
a
only got 2
sleepy boy.
attacks. Sleepy lad. I can re-roll that because I'm fighting a character. I do hit you twice.
Okay.
2 to wound. Oh, it's only 1 wound. That's a problem.
That is.
It's a problem.
It is. Am I the problem?
Maybe.
Okay. Can I save it?
I don't know. You do have a 5 in your
I
bowl.
do. Yeah, I'm going to use it.
Just use that. Yeah,
I'm going to
that's
use
a
the
good
5. Do not harm my Morvenn Vahl.
Morvenn Vahl is still alive.
You sound very concerned.
I am a little bit concerned now because she's going to stab me.
Can you stop whispering now? It's a bit concerning for me.
No. Round 3 of the combat.
Round something.
This must be so cool to see, though. Just fighting a Bloodthirster.
It's so cool. This is amazing.
She's such a badass. Right, she's got 6 attacks because of the war hymn.
I'm there. Hum, hum, hum.
Hum.
I'm hitting on 2s. Re-rolling. Didn't need the re-roll.
You got a 6 in there for the passion.
Haha, I do.
Freeze to wound, re-roll it. Okay, well, I mean, yes, it's 7 wounds. I have a 4 up in one, but if I fail, I'm
You're
dead. Oh, he's so dead. He's mega dead. The Bloodthirster tried his best, but could not take down the High Abbess.
No. It is time for the Bloodletters to weep for their fallen father.
Yes, they're very sad, very upset, very angry. But 13 attacks on your sisters and then 3 attacks on your Rhino. On your sisters. Freeze to win because they are still strength 4 now. Okay, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at -3. So shields of faith on your 3 sisters. They're dead.
They are.
The 3 attacks on your Rhino. I only hit you once because I am now below 20 because of the 2 that died and then came back and then died again. Doesn't wound. Very good. It's now your choice of attacks and then, yeah, and it's literally only your attacks.
Yeah, because you've done everything, so we'll switch back.
You can't see them, but they're in the shadows behind Morvenn Vahl. The Sisters of Battle into the Fiends of Slanesh.
I was going to start with the Immolator.
The Immolator of Battle into the Fiends of Slanesh.
Yes.
It's no hits, very good.
That's
The
why,
Sisters of Battle!
I started with it. I do get a +1 for my hit.
Yeah, you do now.
I do now.
Made a difference for 1
You
there,
did.
and a
You
passion. So 4 hits in total.
Thank you.
5 to wound.
That, yeah.
Look, they're angry. These nuns are angry.
You did kill their sisters.
Yeah, you killed
I'd be
killed
angry
one.
if you killed my sisters.
Yeah, you did kill one and put the other one on 2 wounds because I can't roll saves very well for them. So far.
Oh, you've been rolling well.
Elsewhere.
You rolled well in like your first 2 times. I'm not.
Yeah, admittedly.
I am not happy with you.
I know. Okay, so the so just one of them is removed. So it's the one at the rear here. Incidentally, the one that they were in combat with, and then
Let's
move
take
that
them
one
away.
to 2
Goodbye.
wounds. And then you've got this immolator in combat with the Demonettes.
Absolutely. Let me just put this guy behind me so I don't accidentally drop him and break him.
Yes.
That sounds like something I would definitely do.
Don't
So
do
that
that.
immolator. Hey!
Oh, the passion. Passionate immolator. It's a
It's a
wound. Kill the Demonette.
Another Demonette.
Splat. Okay.
And then I get my Superia.
Yes.
still in combat.
Superior with the chainsword, so 3 attacks, hitting on 3s now. Okay.
Passion.
The passion though. Not that passionate. 2
wounds.
wounds there. I saved 1, so
Okay.
another one is slain. Okay.
And
then we've just got
my-
the rhino, because these sisters are dead.
Yes, my battle pipe can fight you again.
Yes.
Yes.
But the rhino first.
Rhino first.
He's not degraded. No, 3 attacks. Oh, the passion. That's 4 hits there. Passionate rhino.
He's got a horn and everything. He's a good rhino.
He does wound 3 times, because I am only toughness 3. He does run over 2 of them. Okay. Okay.
Goodbye, bloodletters.
Battle Pope. That's it. Zealot still applies, but the passion does not.
No. I remembered this time.
2s. 3 wounds.
3 wounds.
3 5-up pin buns. I do save
1. 2 of
this
them.
time, so another
1 dice.
Demonette is slain. Let me remove the casualties. Let us mark up the wounds on various things.
And do morale.
And morale. And thus endeth another turn. Successful one. You did manage to clear away the Bloodthirster, as well as a large number of my infantry, and of course some of my faster units over here. There's now some hefty morale checks to do, so let's do it. We're going to work our way along. We have the Plague Bearers. We lost 5 this turn. I bring back these 6.
Oh no!
I bring back 3 of the ones that you killed. Very nice. We come over to the Fiend. Over here, he lost 2 of his brethren this turn. He is only leadership 7, so he could fail. He does not, but he doesn't revive because he doesn't have an icon. He has no hands.
I would have been so upset.
He can't carry anything.
No
Over here,
shenanigans.
that's an empty ruin, Chef. Over here, we have the Bloodletters. They lost 4. So they could fail on a 4+, because leadership is 7. They pass, but they don't revive anyone. Fine. And then these Demonettes in the middle here, they have lost 6, but they are leadership 10, thanks to the greater demon nearby. So, of course, they fail. Right. I'm now going to have to gather 1,000,000 dice. Goody. Stupid morale checks.
How many dice you got to roll?
Stupid combat attritions. 20 of them. I lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to combat attrition. Fine.
Goodbye. Okay, that's my turn.
Oh, it was a pretty good turn.
That's
You picked up engage for 2 points again.
I did.
And
I've still got 2 things for alive to the last for now.
that is true.
Morvenn Vahl on 3 wounds.
She's looking a bit precarious.
Yeah, a little bit,
She's
little
looking
bit.
a little bit precarious, but we'll see.
Little bit.
We will see. And then what was your other secondary?
Priority target.
Priority target.
Which
Which you...
I do not have over here.
not have.
And I definitely do not have over here.
No. So no priority there. Turn 3 for the demons.
Oh no. I have a feeling it is time for some
Purple on purple action.
yeah, some attack of the purple into the purple.
Yes.
There's a lot of purple happening. Purple sisters, purple / demons.
Maybe they are sisters from another life.
They fell.
It's actually quite sad.
There are fallen sisters.
Maybe we just want you to join us.
The whole thing is I don't want to join you. You're demon scum.
Well,
You must
I
be
can
burned by holy fire.
change your mind. Anyway, look, I'm going to do a bunch of stuff this turn.
Okay.
And if it works, good times. If it doesn't,
Okay.
bad times. We've remained in combat with the Fiends. We've remained in combat with the Demonettes. We've remained in combat with the Bloodthirster. A unit of Bloodthirsters with the Terrifier. A unit of Bloodletters. We've shuffled forward with the Plague Bearers, and we've come forward with the Keeper of Secrets.
Yeah,
We're
one of
going
these
to
is
now
fight.
do some Psychic. We're going to smite with the Hellflayer into your Seraphim. A smite. It is cast on a 6. You may attempt to deny with your Shield of Faith.
I don't have any dice. Maybe I...
Silly of you, isn't it?
Thanks, pal.
Honestly.
I just need one.
Just
you
the
didn't
one.
have to give me a
That's
whole
all
pouch.
you need. No. It's D for mortal wounds. It's 2. 2 have been zip-zapped. We will then go over to my Keeper of Secrets. We're going to cast Cacophonic Choir. Cacophonic Choir. And this will go into the priest because he is equidistant from everyone. And
The Battle Pope.
the battle priest
You
with a +1
address him with respect.
goes off on a 9. That's a 9, you see.
Is it really?
It's a 9. It's a 9. It's cast. I roll 2d6. I take away your leadership of 7. You just took 2 mortal wounds.
Oof.
You have 1 wound remaining.
My
I'm
battle
now
pope.
going to cast Hysterical Frenzy on the Demonettes. With a +1, that doesn't go off.
Okay.
It doesn't go off. I'm going to spend a CP to re-roll it.
Your-
My CP
your
that I
one and only
the CP
CP.
I just gained, the CP's gone.
You don't
The
need
CP's
it.
gone. With a +1, fortunately, it's cast on an 8.
Is it though?
That's a shame, because that would have allowed me to immediately attack, you see.
We don't like that. That's not
Well,
fun.
that's frustrating. I'm now going to... There's 3 left in that Seraphim squad. They're going to take some lashing whips to the face.
That's
they take
horrifying.
5 lashing whips to the face.
That's horrifying.
They take... Yes. They take... Yes. 4 lashing whips to the face. No AP, though. No AP.
No, not a single.
Not a single pip of AP. But that is still another one. Dead. That's my shooting phase. It is now time to charge those Seraphim with my Hellflare.
Okay.
I charge you, quite successfully, I might add, on a 6. That's my blessed number. The Keeper of Secrets. Morvenn Vahl.
Glorious combat.
It is time. With a +1, that makes it a 9, which is Zinch's favourite number. Zinch is watching. He is here, always watching.
I thought you were Zinch.
Great success.
Shall we attack now?
I'm not going to charge with the Plague Bearers because that would be foolish. Oh yeah, and you move in too.
A little squish.
Oh no, I've caught someone in my whip. Let's sort this all out.
That'll be the one that died then.
Yeah.
Let's sort out this mess. Then it's time for glorious combat.
Yes.
It's purple time. It's the time of purple.
The Herald on Hellflare.
Purple time.
Oh, I miss you twice.
And you're rolling your dice around. What you doing, you goof?
Freeze to wound.
That's 1 wound.
It's 1 wound from my snapping claws. They are a P1. Fine.
Nah.
The lashing tongues from the steeds. I hit you all of the times there. I wound you 3 times there. No AP here.
Okay.
They just go blah blah
Let me go. What do they do?
blah
Yeah.
blah.
With their tongue?
Oh, they go blah blah to 1. And now the bladed axle is 5 extra attacks. It's 5 extra attacks. I hit you 4 times. Its strength is 9. I wound you 4 times.
Obi?
At -1.
Okay. You killed
Lawn
my
mowed.
purple girls.
But you will get a miracle dice at the end of the phase because that is finally a unit of the Martyred Lady destroyed.
Destroyed a unit.
Oh, I destroyed a sister's unit. You didn't roll for them. Do that now. We'll just do this quickly into the immolator. I hit you all of the times. I wound you only the once. It's -4, damage 2, so you have a 6 up in barn.
Nope.
You take 2 damage. That's the first 2 damage you've taken there. Yeah. Cool. We're going to do the Demonettes because we're going to leave the Keeper of Secrets
Oh,
till
you gotta
last.
lead up to it.
That's cool. So
Glorious combat.
let me move the Demonettes in.
Okay. Once again, it is time for the Demonettes to do stuff.
Snip, snap.
You're doing a special again.
Yeah, I'm splitting the attacks.
Okay.
Of course I am. I'm doing 2 into the Retributor Superior. I'm doing 4 into the Battle Pope. And then the remaining 9 will be going into the Immolator.
Okay.
Because I'm now below 20 because of that pesky morale, I lose an attack, basically. Which
That is sad for you.
Yes. So on to the Superior. I do hit you all of the times.
Okay.
I do wound you twice. No extra AP, so just AP1. She's finally dead. Here we go, onto the Battle Pope.
Battle Pope.
Hit him 5 times. I wound him 4 times. He's already taken 2 mortal wounds. He's already taken a wound. He's got 4 saves to make, otherwise he is dead. He is dead. He would have died previously without it. The Pope is no more. The Pope is no more. And now we have 19 attacks onto the Immolator because one of these is the Alluris.
Hey, very fun.
Okay. They're getting very tired. They've done a lot of work today.
Are you getting tired?
I'm already tired. That is my constant state of being.
I thought your constant state of being was angry.
1 wound. 1 wound. 6 up in bum. Fail it, please. Thank you very much.
Failed.
You're down to 2 wounds remaining.
Okay.
But you are still not dead.
Yet.
And now,
Glorious combat!
the true combat.
Glorious combat!
Here we go. The Keeper of Secrets.
Okay.
The Keeper of Secrets.
The Keeper of Time?
Keeper of...
What happened?
I flung a dice. Okay, so with 8 wounds remaining because of that pesky Zealot's Vindicator, you do manage to take an attack off of me.
Yes.
5 attacks with my Wit Stealer Blade. I hit you 4 times. Strength 8, toughness 5, so wounding on freeze. That is 3 wounds at -3. Damage 3, so it'll be damage 2 because you half it round up.
Yep.
3 4 up invulnerable saves, please.
Can I use Miracle Dice for an invulnerable save?
Yes, you can. You pass 1.
Yes. So, and
You've
that's...
got 2 4 up invulnerable saves to make.
I believe in myself.
She's dead.
What's the damage?
It's flat damage 3, so it halves to 2 because it rounds up per your data sheet. So that'd be 4 damage. You do have a reroll.
I have a reroll. I'm rerolling.
Okay.
Oh!
Okay. I've now had my 3 snapping claw attacks.
You're gonna fail them.
I hit you all of the times.
Oh.
I wound you twice because I am strength 6. I'm rerolling ones due to delicate precision. I wound you
3 times.
3 times. Again, AP free and flat damage free. If you fail one of these 4 up invuns, she's dead. She's been snapped in half.
You've betrayed me.
Snapped and sliced and chopped and chipped away at. But it did take 2 greater demons to kill her. So, you know, again, she's pretty badass. Immolator token attacks into the Fiend, although your Immolators have been less than token. They've been doing quite well.
No.
Not today. Okay, so now we'll come to the Bloodletters, but let's just do the rest of the tanks whilst we're here because everything else is attacked otherwise.
Yeah. So we'll go with the Immolator in the middle. He's degraded, so he doesn't actually have 3 attacks. It's just
It was just the 1, and you missed with all of them anyway.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter.
It's moot. This
Rhino is not
here.
degraded.
So 2 hits, 2 wounds. You do kill 1. It would have been it would have been 1 at the back anyway, so it won't make any difference to attacks.
Okay. And now you get to hit my Rhino.
Let me pile them in.
Last bit of combat for this turn, and it will be the Bloodletters trying to hit the Rhino in the face.
Unleash the Hellblades. Unleash the... Oh no, they're getting tired as well. Oh dear.
We're all tired. It's okay, pal.
Oh no, they're getting very sleepy. Oh no, it's all going wrong.
Yeah.
5 to wound. Okay, 2 wounds there. They are at damage 2 by the Hellblades. They're -3, so 6 up saves. Cool, it's 2 damage. You're down to 6 remaining. Very well.
Okay.
That's the end of my turn. Oh, you would have consolidated back to there because the closest enemy unit's that way.
Yes.
Not going to help you. I do have a morale check to do with the Bloodletters. They can't fail because I've only lost 1, but in case I roll a 1, which I do, I can revive.
Stop bringing them back.
1. So that one that, again, you killed 1 and then he stands back up.
It's because he's an ego. He likes me. We're friends.
Yeah. Yeah, look, another fairly solid turn. I've maxed out on Assassinate now. I've gotten Stranglehold again. I've gotten the priority objective again for max
You stopped me
points.
getting 2 of my last stand points.
Yeah, I've shut down some last stands. And again, you're only going to get 5 points on the primary. It's looking pretty solid for the demons, but there's a lot of shooting over here. So this could hurt.
And also, glorious combat.
And also glorious combat, yes. Turn 3 for the Sisters of Battle. We have brave sisters in the center there. No longer trapped in this horrific musk of the Fiend there. They have decided that they're going to go and fight a Keeper of Secrets by the looks of it. Or at least blockade her a little bit better. The Dialogus did do Chorus of Spiritual Fortitude on them just in case she survives and wants to smite them and clear them out of the way. I won't be able to do so. We've remained in combat with the Immolator because we're quite happy to not let the Demonettes run around and cause mayhem as well as being able to shoot them. Likewise over here, the Rhino has stayed in combat with the Bloodletters to stop me from just running rampant in the back lines. Over here, Immolator has moved forward just enough movement to nab the objective there for future turns. Very nice. And the Sisters and the Retributors have moved forward there. The Canoness pulling up the rear. She will be fully healed by the Hospitaller this turn. You don't need to roll for it because she's only got the 1 wound left. Or 1 wound to go.
I like rolling dice.
All right, roll it. Come on.
Watch it, it's going to be 1 wound.
You take 2 wounds.
That means I get another wound.
It goes wrong. The medical procedure went badly. You were awake the entire time. It was pretty terrifying. Stuff of nightmares.
No.
Immolator in combat with the Fiend will kick off the shooting phase. Melt me. Melt me.
Inglorious Hellfire.
Melt my face. Oh, that's 9. That's the Inch's magic number.
So 9.
Okay, 6 wounds there. That's Slaaneish's blessed number. And what you're doing is you're attacking a Slaanesh demon. The Slaanesh demon it's so dead. I failed all but 1. So even if she was healthy, she'd be dead. Very good.
Glorious. Okay, we can go straight onto the other emulator.
Emulator. It's like a cross between, it doesn't throw fire, it throws like white blood cells.
2d6 into the demonettes.
Only 6, that's my magic number. Which means you automatically fail at everything else you do.
No, you can't just make up rolls as you go along, you
really cool
troll.
rule? Like if you did 6 wounds to something with the blessed number, it just doesn't do anything.
It would be very fun for like fluff reasons, but I don't think
And then it would be fun for no one else.
Yeah, it would be like not a fun mechanic to actually put into the game. How would you balance that anyway?
Wouldn't.
Exactly.
4 wounds there.
That's that many wounds.
That's 4 wounds.
Yes.
4 wounds. That is 4 dead demonettes. Okay.
Heavy bolter.
I'm failing quite heavily. Only the 1 hit because you are heavily degraded.
You are correct.
'Tis a wound.
No.
5 dead. Okay. Rhino, Stormbolter, Bloodletter's faces. When you are ready. Stormbolter fires punch bullets.
Yes.
3 hits.
Yes. Look at 3 punches.
Pow, pow, pow.
2 wins.
2 wins.
2 wins.
Right, okay, fine. Do you know what you're doing next?
I do. Question for you, 'cause I'm still new to learning Sisters. So I'm going to go with the Exorcist next. I'm going to fire everything into the Keeper of Secrets.
Of course.
Can I use a Miracle Dice for my 3d6 to do...
No, so you can use Miracle Dice on advanced rolls, a charge roll, hit, wound, damage, save, and morale, I believe. So you could, because you got a 6 in your pool?
I've got a 5.
So you could use the 5 on damage, or like something to wound or something like that, but not to go his X amount of hits.
Yeah, makes sense.
The Tracer Fire. So you hit all of the times there, you see. They found the Tracer mark. You have only wounded none times though, because I'm toughness 7 with minus 1.
You have only wounded none times.
Yes.
Good grammar, pal.
Good grammar. I can speak well good English, me, bruv.
Yeah.
3D free shots.
You can also math good.
Math do good. See, the Tracer rounds got you 2 more hits than you did last time.
3,
You got
6,
5 last time.
7. So we've got 3 there, so I just need 4 more.
Right. The Tracer Fire has failed. It's only 2 hits.
That's
That's all you need. Yeah. It is false to wound, however. It's only 1 wound. 1 wound. A 5 up invulnerable save. Ooh, it's a thing of beauty. Immolator in the crater. Yeah. We have a heavy bolter and the twin Immolator flamers into Magao Pow, the Keeper of Secrets.
I'm conflicted. I want her to be my pal, but...
It's 2 hits
2
there?
hits.
6
She's
is
a
to wound,
dirty demon.
unfortunately.
Next.
No wounds, unfortunately.
Okay.
Heavy flamer. 7 shots, a respectable number.
Yeah.
It is, however, again, 6 is to wound.
Yes.
That -1 to wound from the Blessing of the Dark Prince is very tasty. We got 2 wounds there.
2 wins.
It's 2 wounds there.
2 wins.
It is 1 save and a shrug. The shield does not flare into life. I have 7 wounds remaining. It is Retributor time. Multi-melters into the Keeper of Secrets. She must be brought down.
Yes.
1 is just out of melter range. The others are in.
Yes. I'll put the Superia for the squad into the plague bearers.
Sure, why not?
Yeah. So I'll do the one that's not in range first.
Reroll that one. You do have the Canoness nearby.
I do, and it's still a miss.
Okay, very good. Forced to wound because of the blessing of the Dark Prince. Unfortunate.
Then I've got 3 more, 2 shots, 6.
6 melters into my side. Reroll those ones. Good thing 2. 2 hits because you did move.
Yes.
Forced to wound.
It is. I'm gonna use 4.
Okay, you've not used a miracle dice this turn.
Do I want to use it, or do I want to try and save it for the damage if it goes through? I'll save it for damage. I feel like that's...
Because I do have a 5-up invuln and 7 wounds remaining. I've got no CP to reroll, but I do have a 6-up shrug. So the more damage you do, the more chance I have of failing my shrugs.
Okay, I'll use a 4.
Okay.
And then I'll just roll 1.
This is 2 wounds.
2 wounds.
5-up invulnerable saves. I pass 1.
Okay.
Your damage. You are within, because these are the ones within
So this
the
is
plus
D6
2.
plus 2.
Oh.
It's 8.
It's 8. It's 8.
It's 8.
It's 8.
It's 8.
It's 8, everyone.
It's 8. It's late.
I know. I need to pass 2 6s here. 2 6-up shrugs from the Shining Aegis. She's dead. She's brought down by melted death.
Oh, I'm so happy.
The Superia, the Boltgun, the Plague Bearers.
I am Superia.
She hits.
She does.
She doesn't.
She doesn't need to. Okay. I'm just gonna do some measuring, and then I could probably do all of the rest of my shooting in one nice little line. I just need to measure things first.
And now all of the bolters, or every single bolter in town.
My dice hasn't made it the battlefield.
All the Boltgun. Let's start with the unit at the back there.
Yes. They're hitting on 3s because they're below starting.
Yep, but I also have a -1, hence why it's freeze. But the +1 did pay off nicely there. Force wound.
That is 3 wounds.
3 wounds, 5-up inbuns, and then a 5-up shrug. Okay, so
One
one
dead.
is slain.
Okay,
Your
I'm gonna
next
move on
unit.
to these sisters over here. They are in rapid fire range.
Yes. Yeah, it won't matter which ones I remove there, guys. But I'll tell you now. I'll be removing this guy. I'm gonna take him now.
Okay, I'm still in rapid fire.
Yes, yeah.
These ones will be hitting on 4 because they're at full strength.
Yep, they are at full strength, and the Cloud of Flies applies. Rerolling ones if
to
there
the
was any.
Canoness.
Okay, all right, not bad, not bad.
Not shabby. Not shabby.
Force to wound. Oh, it's
That
good
is-
wounding.
Yeah, there's 5 wounds there.
5 wounds. I don't save any. 5-up shrug. I save 1.
Okay, so
Another
there's
4
4
removed.
gone.
Okay, so we're going to remove those 3 there, and we'll remove this one here.
So I just need to quickly measure to see if my Canoness is still in rapid fire. Which she is.
Okay,
So I'll shoot with her.
sure.
She's-
So she'll be hitting on freeze because of the -1.
Just 1 and then 4s. Nothing.
No wounds this time.
I'll go with the Hospitaller.
The Hospitaller, okay. Bolt
Nothing.
pistol misses.
I will go next with my Dialogist. He just has pistol.
Sure, yep.
Or
Just
bottom.
underneath the
So
runes
just
there.
1.
It's a hit.
It's a hit.
The Holy Bolt Pistol.
It's a wound.
It is a wound. It is a wound.
Wound.
5-up shrug. It
It's
is
a
a
wound.
wound.
That's
She
another one.
does indeed snipe one. in
Okay,
the
and then
face.
I've got the sisters in there, which again...
Oh yes, underneath here.
Yep, they are also they're still in rapid fire range, so they're hitting on 3s because they're below strength.
Yep.
Not close enough to the Canoness.
Okay.
Definitely not.
Force wound. 2 wounds there.
2 wounds.
I save 1. 5-up shrug. No, another one is slain. Okay, very nice. Not bad shooting there from the Battle Sisters.
And then that is all of my shooting done.
Okay, will there be a charge phase?
Absolutely, there's going to be a charge phase.
A single charge has been declared and is the Dialogus into the Demonettes. Let's see if she can get lucky and bonk some on the head.
I'm going to bonk some on the head.
Okay, and there's no other charges?
No, I
No
don't.
other charge.
I'm not too concerned about charging. I've not got the best combat units left,
Sure.
and I don't really feel the need.
Okay. We will be back in the fight phase. The Dialogus will attack first. 3 attacks with her staff.
Bonk.
Bonk, bonk, bonk.
Hitting on 3s.
That is 3 bonks. No passion, sadly. It is no wounds.
Why am I like this?
No, I don't know. I wish I knew, but I don't.
We return once more to the Demonettes. I feel like I cannot escape them.
You cannot. Demonettes!
I'm gonna have dreams about them.
15 into the Immolator, and then it'll be 6 into the Dialogus. I will re-roll you because I don't know how I stand on you. Okay. Get into my hand, please.
No.
6 to wound the Immolator. Oh, there we go. That is 4 6-up invulnerable saves to make, please. It's dead.
Does it explode?
Does it explode?
Please explode.
No. Disappointing.
I'm sorry.
6 attacks into the Dialogus. I hit her all of the times. I wound her only the once, but she only gets a 6-up invuln against it.
No.
She takes a single damage. The Immolator is destroyed, and the Dialogus is there. It would then be the Bloodletters because it's your turn, and so it's now my choice because we've done both of the fight first stuff. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 14 attacks onto the Rhino. Okay.
Fight me.
I want to. Drop a couple there. Is now the time that you kill it? Is today the day?
No.
Maybe. I could do it. So there's 2 at damage 1.
Yep.
And 2 at damage 2.
So I'm going to do the 2 damage 2 first.
Sure. Okay, 2 wounds left. Single 6 is required here. It's dead, finally. Does it explode? No, it implodes. But the Bloodletters are now freed up to do other stuff.
And that is actually then the turn. Because I can't fight you back with anything, because anything that could fight you've destroyed.
Yes. So I do have some morale checks to do. I've got morale checks for the Demonettes because they've lost 5 this turn. They fail morale. Okay. So there's 9 left. So I am under half strength now. I lose another 2. Fine, so I'll remove 3 in a moment. And I lost 7 on the Plague Bearers there, so I need a 1 here.
Hey! Hey!
I bring back 1.
Okay.
Very well.
Okay.
It's fine. Okay, cool. Let's mark that up and come back for my turn 4.
Well done.
Well.
Wow.
So turn 4, basically the following happened. I scored another 15 points in the primary because I was holding 1, 2 more. Great. In my turn movement now that the Bloodletters are freed up, they've shuffled forward here, attempt a big charge to try and deny you further secondary points, but it's an 11-inch charge. We've shuffled forward here. We would just charge the Immolator and wrap around to turn off your objective holding there while still maintaining that objective. And the Heralds just moved over there to hold that objective for the priority, just in case they do make that charge. And the Demonettes are in combat. At the moment, I'm on 79 points, and that's assuming that nothing else happens.
Let's not mention what my points are.
You'll see it on the screen.
No, they won't.
So yeah,
keep their eyes closed for me.
Even if I failed this charge somehow, and I failed that charge somehow, I'm still going to be holding 3, which is going to give me, so I'll be on 82 at that point for Stranglehold. You'll hold 2, getting 10 points, and then you can move on to hold more in your turn, getting you another 25.
There's no way for me to catch up with this.
You could get Engage, and you could maybe get some priority, but it's actually, you need to get through a wall of stuff on both sides. It's not realistically doable, guys. So
I do have a question for you.
Yes.
Obviously, first time playing Demons.
Yes.
I really focused on like the greater demons. I wonder if that was my mistake and I should have actually focused on the not necessarily everything on the smaller stuff that's kept me tied up, but should have maybe split a little bit more. I don't know. Maybe.
So, I mean, that is the difficulty of fighting demons. Now, they do only generally have melee and board control as their strengths. The issue is if you leave the big boys able to run around and kill stuff, they will kill stuff. the little things are what's holding me the points.
That's
however.
it. They're the ones that are going to run rampant and score you the points.
And that's where you kind of find yourself in a rock and a hard place, realistically. The other issue as well is firing, as you saw there, you can fire, you know, all of those bolt guns and flamers into the plague bearers, and you kill 7. You can fire all of those shots into the demonettes, and you can kill them over time, but the 5-up invuln really stacks up. So your anti-infantry firepower kind of needs to dedicate either to one big unit and try and wipe it. And the thing is, you weren't doing anything wrong with like your anti-tank firing into the big stuff. I was just rolling really obnoxiously well.
And I had some unlucky rolls, and that's how the game goes.
Yeah, sometimes that's how it goes. You deserved to kill the Great Unclean One long before you got to the Exorcist.
Yeah, that was heart-wrenching.
But also you kind of had to shoot him because he was sat in the middle. He was going to get me primary points, and he was just going to go into a tank and chop the tank up. Yeah. So you were making the right decisions. It's just the dice weren't agreeing with you. I don't know. What do you guys think in the comments? You people that have played against demons a lot, and those of you that have used demons a lot. That's my opinion on it, in that they can be quite difficult to deal with if you don't have the perfect amount for each sort of target. And also I did get very lucky with my exalted gifts. -1 to wound on the Keeper of Secrets, the 4-up shrug on the Great Unclean One, and the Blood Blessed on the Exalted Bloodthirst. It just meant that they had the perfect sort of storm of defensive buffs to keep them around. But then there's been games where I've rolled for it and I got the worst possible results, and you just go, oh, now they're poo.
I mean, I'll be honest, I'm just happy I took out all the greatest demons.
Yeah, you did kill all of them. Cool. 2 of them with Morvenn Vahl.
Oh, yeah.
Which is really cool. Oh, no, one of them with Morvenn Vahl. And
it took 2 of them to take out Morvenn Vahl because she is a beast.
Yes, it's that way round. Yeah, look, well played. The sisters are a lot of fun. Morvenn Vahl's an absolute weapon.
Yeah.
But that was the thing. I had to just play the mission. That's what demons do, is they just play the mission, and they can play the mission extremely well.
Good job.
Yeah, well done with the sisters. This is only your third or second? Third or second? Second or third?
Second is my second. My first game was a couple of days ago with them.
And that was brutal.
Yeah, it was.
So watch out for that one over on demand. Yeah, I've got nothing else to add.
Okay, well, thanks for the game, pal. You were great.
Thank you for the game, and thank you all for watching.
Yes.
Hope you enjoyed this, and we will catch you next time.
Bye.
Five up invulnerable save. Ooh, it's a thing of beauty. Cut. Because you're about to kill me.